Hey, do you remember Skid Row? Yeah, the band. Well, they're just back from a European tour. Band starting the American leg of their tour. Where else but right here in Rochester?
Yeah,
they've been busy.
Yeah, they're at Montage Music Hall tonight, and with us now is their bass player and songwriter, Rachel Bolan. And Rachel, welcome. I'm so glad that Western New York was able to give you a warm welcome as you were coming in on your bus yesterday.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. We drove through that storm, and it seemed that we were driving with the storm.
Yeah.
And we heard the hail hitting the side, so we just kind of held on for dear life. And eventually the sun came out, and we got
Isn't that something? Wow. After that storm, you know, blew through, and here you are. You're starting the American leg of your tour. You guys just came back from, well, you were in Europe for 3 weeks, right?
We started in April. We started in Japan. Then we went to New Zealand and Australia. Then we did West Coast run. And now this is the second, and then back to Europe. I mean, over to Europe, and then
back from the West Coast to Europe.
Went from the West Coast to Europe, and then came back, and then we start this Northeastern Midwest run, and then we go back to Europe.
Wow.
And then come back for another run.
Talk about
it's becoming a commute at this point.
I was just going to say, you frequent flyer miles.
Screaming miles.
I was just going to say.
You guys want to go somewhere? I'll tell you somewhere. I got tons of them.
So your fans in Europe, they love you. You said that it's just, you know, you're playing to sell out crowds there where you perform. Here in the United States, what's it like to have, you know, what's the fan reaction like to you after all these years?
You know, it's really cool because, first of all, we're 25 years in our career. I've never held down a job this long, so we have our core base of fans who now have kids that come to our shows, and I never thought we'd be one of those bands to see that. I grew up like idolizing bands like Kiss, who are still around, and I see their fans bringing kids to their show. I never thought we'd be one of those bands, but the fact that we are, it's a really good feeling, and to meet you know, like someone who's 16 said, "Oh yeah, I got your new record," and like our newest stuff is the first Skid Row that they heard. And I was like, well, we got a whole bunch of other ones too.
And a lot of people have heard that old music. Old, I apologize, but old to me. I grew up listening to you guys in the 80s, 90s. That's when you became famous in your band as well. And people obviously, 18 in Life, I remember you, songs like that. But what's wonderful is you guys keep evolving and you do keep producing new albums.
Well, we have to, you know. We love the nostalgia factor, which is great, and we're so proud of what we did in the past, and we always play those songs live. Making new music is very important to us, and creating, and so we're doing this this 3-chapter album that we put out. Yeah, who's old now?
Exactly.
But we're doing that, and our new one's coming out on August 5th. It's called Rise of the Damnation Army, and that's the second chapter in a 3-chapter.
You know, it's got to be so much easier for you. I don't want to say much easier, but you got to feel, because the old stuff feels so comfortable, that you got to constantly come up with new stuff to please your fans today, and then the fans from yesterday. I mean, you're trying to please a big audience.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Like I said, a 25-year career. And you know, trying to fit that into an hour and a half isn't as easy as it might sound. Actually, it doesn't sound easy at all. But
no, it's difficult,
But it's cool. It's really cool to, like I said, to create and to play stuff. But you know, there's certain songs, like you were saying, that we do every night, and we love doing them. You know, and if we get to do it for another 25 years, that would be awesome.
Well, you're starting your American tour right here in Rochester. We're so glad to hear you tonight, performing tonight at Montage.
Montage
That's right, at Montage. What time does the show start? I think it's 8 o'clock?
Yeah, I think first band goes on at 8.
You know, it's amazing. You get an opportunity to see him here, and then when he's going to be at Europe, he's going to be performing in front of a crowd that might top 200,000 people. So it's amazing that we get that opportunity, and then folks in Europe would kill to be that close.
We're a band that we take a lot of flack from some people, you know, online. Everyone could yell at you about everything, but people are like, why do you play small towns and small places? It's like, why not? Bands should be kissing your butt to get into these towns, you know, and small places. Our fans aren't all in big cities, you know, and so we love going to like little towns that I've never, obviously we played Rochester quite a few times over the years, but we go into small towns and play little places. We do it in Europe too, and it's just really cool. It's really cool to do.
Well, you got fans here in Rochester, no doubt. I think you'll really enjoy your fans here tonight when they come out and see us. Thank you so much
We're
for taking the
excited.
time.
Thanks.
Really,
Thanks for having me.
such a down-to-earth guy.
Oh, I like it. This is
really
great.
cool.
And
Don't
in
let
what
the
rocker
tattoos
wakes up
scare
this
you.
early?
This guy's so down-to-earth.
Does this happen every morning?
Thank you so much. We
You got
appreciate
it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Coming up next, one last check with Hannah. We will see her delicious finished product.